This cockroach Arlo is gonna be back with Shadow Beldum. We're gonna make the battle so much harder than it really has to be. This would just maybe address someone who possibly is struggling. I can't think of too many scenarios other than you're new, maybe super rural, whatever it might be that kind of leads you to not have that many options. And so I'm picking, I guess, options that were either Community Day Pokemon or potentially things that have been in raids several times, been in the game for a long time. It's just sort of covering a whole wide gamut. But also Alolan Marowak is going to be a Pokemon that could be useful against Giovanni potentially. And so when I think of that, this is what we've landed on. Again, this is so much harder than it needs to be. Like, seriously, just power your Pokemon probably up to 2000 CP, 3000 CP. You're going to be fine, even maybe sometimes without type advantages, except for when we fight the Gyarados. So really, Beldum, if you're dealing super effective damage, that's great. Mainly Beldum, I think, is a great chance for you to build up energy, right, for the next Pokemon that are coming up. And so for this, of course, Arlo fight right here, like I said, we have Gyarados. And so Gyarados actually will take doubly super effective, like 256% damage from electric. So if you do have any electric type attacks, that would be the kind of best course of action if you really need that super effective boost. But otherwise, of course, you're just trying to beat either water or flying vulnerabilities. And so anyway, Steelix. Steelix kind of has a decent crossover. The thing about Steelix right here is that it's not actually going to resist bite. And so again, that would be nice, right? If we could kind of have a Pokemon that would resist dark while dealing super effective back. Now, I'm specifically and purposefully using an account that's level 39. It doesn't have a lot of options. I don't give it a lot of time. It's kind of just for these exact situations, right? When I want to film a video where I'm like, hey, what's an account that's like really disadvantaged? I don't like give it any love. Well, this Steelix has Breaking Swipe. At least that's like a decent charge move for this situation, only because it's a little bit more spammy. It also does have some debuff potential for the enemy. So you see, we took this Gyarados down for the most part pretty low here, so we kind of can play around, I guess, with our other options. And we want to get a little bit more energy generated up for the Snorlax that's about to come. And so I would like to do another Flame Wheel right here before we lose the Marowak, so I am just going to do a tiny little bit. It's not going to take much to KO this thing, so you could actually just charge it up with no, actually touch none of them to not even get nice, right? And that way maybe you'd have a little bit more energy right here. And so we are going to go ahead and switch into Incineroar. And so this is a Community Day Incineroar. That's probably not completely necessary. The main thing against the Snorlax is going to be Double Kick. Now it will help. It will help to have this Blast Burn on it. You could probably just go Blaze Kick all the way if you wanted to. You know, maybe try to focus on just your fighting type moves. The options are there for you. Again, you know, like we're not even below 1500. We're below 1400 CP on this, just to kind of prove again. I guess the main things that you should know, though, if you're just brand new to Team Go Rocket fights or my videos in general, not only do I go below the Great League caps, but every single time that you use a charge attack or they use one, but also switching or fainting, the Team Go Rocket Pokemon, they stand still and don't do anything. Look at this Snorlax. It's not attacking us, right? So we get in a few hits to generate energy. Even if we have a charge move ready, we want to save that and generate the energy basically right before they're going to attack. That's when you can fire it off again, because then essentially you're just chaining moves while they do nothing, right? But also Team Go Rocket Pokemon will scale up and down, so their CP will be higher or lower based on your trainer level. So again, this is a level 39. If you're a higher level in the 40s, 50, your Snorlax would be higher than this 11,109 CP right there. But again, the same case would be for lower, right? So say you're 30, 31, 32, whatever, it's going to be lower each time. So those are just some strategies that you can take with you for every Team Go Rocket fight. And I'm sure you may be like, I don't really need help with Arlo right here. Maybe you need help with Giovanni. Please click an end screen on screen and check that out. Thanks for viewing.